Hello, this is a short tutorial on how to make a superhero cuff. Now, cuffs are different things that superhero wears on their wrist. Sometimes that's where some of their superhero power comes from, or it's just a really neat part of their costume. So it goes on their wrist just like this, a superhero cuff. So we're gonna make ours out of a toilet paper tube. It's especially good for little ones and toddlers as their wrists are very small, and these would work perfect. So one toilet paper tube will actually make two. They'll make two little ones for toddlers, or if you have a slightly older kid, you can just use one per wrist. You need some scratch paper, some construction paper, some markers, glue, probably maybe a stapler because we'll kind of use both of those, and then a pair of scissors. So the first thing that we want to do is I am going to decorate this is what's going to go on my cuff. So I'm going to decorate this first. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I'm going to do stripes. It can be any sort of designs, polka dots, anything that you want to put on your cuff. Now remember, it's not going to be lying flat. When you cut it out, it's going to be a different direction. So I'm just going to do fun little designs with different colors and different designs, just kind of however you want to decorate it. These are your superhero cuffs. Okay, so now what you want to do is cut it to the size of your toilet paper tube here. And mine's a little bit long, so I think I'm gonna cut mine down just a little. It's okay if it's not exactly perfect. Okay, so now what I want to do is glue the whole thing to my toilet paper here. Don't be shy. Oops, broke my glue. And this might require a little bit of patience because you will have to kind of let it dry. We are going to cheat a little bit and probably use the stapler. It does help when we go to do the next step here. Now here, you don't want to staple it here and here just yet, because what we're going to do is we're going to cut it this way and then this way. So first, if you want to make one cuff for an older kid, then at this point what you would do is cut it down the middle here and then make sure each side is glued or stapled. But if you want to make two for younger kids, cut it in the middle and then cut it down here. So then we'll make two little ones. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. I'm going to bend this here, and this is definitely not something for the little kids to do. Make sure that they have help because it's very hard for little ones to cut those. So there's one and then there's two. So I'm going to cut it right here on the seam. And if you had a pretty good glue on there, glue job, then you don't have to put any more. But if you do want to make sure that it stays on there, you can put a staple right here, but make sure it doesn't rub against their little wrist. So there are the cuffs like that. You can leave it like that, or you can do a little bit more if you want. I'm going to put a little something right here in the middle. So I'm actually going to fold it. I'm going to draw a circle. Kind of a rough circle, but you know, like superhero has the S on his chest or on his costume. Different ones have their initials in that, so I'm going to make my superhero initial with my little circles. This is a good way to practice cutting your shapes. There. So I'm going to put my initial inside my circles. And then I'm going to finish up by gluing these to my superhero cuffs. And these can be your initial, or it can be a star, or it can be a superhero saying like pow, kazam, things like that. So you glue it to it and then you put it on your wrist, and now you have your superhero cuffs. No superhero costume is complete without your superhero cuffs. So there you go. You can use them over and over again. Just make sure that they are dry before you put them on.